Hey folks, so I gotta be honest, I'd originally planned to do a different video today, but because my day has been really crazy, more so than normal, I just didn't have time to do the prep work needed for that particular video. I'm going to start working on that tonight, and hopefully I can have that video done tomorrow or the next day. But what I decided to do instead was a video that didn't require quite as much prep work. So I wanted to switch gears completely on this. Rather than talking about that, I want to talk about this, especially now, given that it's here in my state, we're in the middle of deer season. And as a prepper, last year I made this purchase to help me put some deer meat in the freezer. Now, normally I would use a rifle for deer hunting, but at the time, the only parcel of land that I had access to hunt on was a parcel of private property. It was a really small parcel, and there were houses nearby, close enough that I didn't feel confident using a rifle on that property. It didn't feel like a rifle would be safe to use. The houses were that close. But I had had trail cams up for most of the year before, so I knew there was a deer trail on that property where the deer accessed it, and I knew I could set up a stand and get a deer that year. So what I chose to do is opt for a crossbow. Yeah, I could have went for a compound bow, but I chose to get me a crossbow at the time. One of the reasons being I didn't need to build up my arm strength and stability for a crossbow the way I would with a compound bow. It was simple. I could just load it and I could shoot it just like I would a rifle. So I ordered this. I ordered a crossbow off of Walmart's website. Again, at the time, that's not the best place to get you a crossbow. But at the time, I had a limited amount of money, and every sporting goods store that had crossbows, their bows were like $150 to $200 higher than what my price range was. So I had to fall back to Walmart's website where I found this one. And what I got, I'm fixing to show you here, was the Barnett XP380. Now when I bought this, it was, I believe, right at $299. It has an adjustable stock. It came with a small 4x32 multi-reticle scope that I did not like. I mean, it was a really small scope. So I opted to replace it with a center point red dot, which gave me a larger field of view so I could have better target acquisition. This is a 185-pound draw weight. I believe that's I want to say 230 feet per second, if I remember right. I could be completely wrong about that. It came with 3 arrows with standard field practice points, and it came with a rope cocking device. But it has the ability to accept one of the crank devices. It's not much heavier than some rifles. I'd say it's about 6 pounds, 6 to 7 pounds. I don't know the exact weight offhand. But aside from the scope that came with it, which was one of the major drawbacks for me, I didn't like that. The other main feature that it had that I did not like is the orientation of the quiver. I don't like that it comes down right here, because if you're holding it this way, it's fine. But if you're left-handed, you see the problem here? The arrows will dig right into your hand. I would much prefer the quiver be oriented across the bow, like most crossbows are. But that being said, this one came in a black and gray camo pattern. I believe it's called Black Strike on Barnett's website. Now, like I said, this one was oh, I got a loose screw right there. This one was right at $299. It might have been $320 at the time, but it was no more than $320. Again, I ordered it from Walmart.com. It wasn't something I could pick up in the store. I had to wait and have it shipped to me. There was being that it came from Walmart, they actually shipped it out of a Florida location, so it took a little while to get here. But I did finally get it in. Overall, I'm really pleased with this crossbow. The draw weight was a little bit higher than what I'd been looking for. I was looking for something along the lines of 150 or 160. Again, this is 185 pounds, so it's got a pretty good draw weight to it. And I did manage to get me a deer last year with this. I got me a doe, and a pretty good sized doe. Was able to fill my freezer. In fact, I think I still have a little bit of that deer meat left that I need to use up this year. I don't know if I'm going to use this again this year to get me another deer. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to go deer hunting this year with my work schedule and my workload. I just don't know if I'm going to have sufficient time off. And I do not like trying to squeeze in a day of hunting on my one day off or something like that. I mean, there are some guys that love to do that. I'm not one of them. Again, I don't hunt for sport. It's not particularly fun for me. For me, when I do any kind of hunting, it's strictly about putting meat in the freezer. But that being said, overall, this is a good bow. I'm pleased with it. I do plan on using it again sometime. I just don't know if I'll get a chance to this year or not. It does come with, you got your wrenches and everything. It's got your string wax and all of that. So, again, the only two cons I had was the scope that came with it, and the orientation of this quiver here. And there's not really any particular way to reorient this quiver. I can't turn it or readjust it or anything. I would have to get a totally different quiver if I'm not mistaken. See if I can find one. I haven't been able to find one yet. But, all said and done, those are the only two drawbacks I've seen to this thing. This is a really good bow otherwise. I'm happy with it for what I spent on it. Now, this bow right now, I will include an Amazon link down below if you're interested in buying it. When I ordered this one, it was listed as an Expedition XP380. When I've done a search on it, but prior to making this video, it comes up under two different things. It comes up under a search for an Expedition XP380, and on some websites it's also listed as an Explorer 380. It's the same bow, but there's one with an almost identical name that is considerably more. I'm assuming it's probably because it's of a higher draw weight. But on Walmart's website right now, this bow right here would run $338 if you order it right now, because I just checked the Walmart website. If you look on Amazon and plan to order it there, you're going to look at paying $359, because that's the price that I found on Amazon. And I'll include the Amazon link below, just so you can see it and you can look at all the specs and everything. If you buy it from Amazon, if you buy it from Walmart, that's entirely your choice. You may not even be interested in buying one of these. Some people aren't interested in hunting, and some people wouldn't even be interested in a crossbow even if they are interested in hunting. So, but I just wanted to do a video today, and since I didn't get to do the prep work for the video I'd planned to, I thought this would be a good last minute substitution. But anyway, yeah, the Barnett Expedition XP380. This is a 4-position adjustable stock. So overall, I like it. There are some things that could be better. Better scope could come with it, but I was able to replace it with a cheap red dot. And again, this is a center point, so it's not high dollar, but it serves its purpose. And the orientation of the quiver. So those are my only two drawbacks. Everything else I'm happy with. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick review of this thing. Let you see it. I let you know I did buy it last year for deer hunting, and I was able to use it, and wanted to give you my feedback on how it did. So that's all I've got. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you found this useful, informative. Maybe if you're looking at buying a crossbow and you're trying to find something cheap, this is the cheapest one I could find at the time. About now, I don't know if it would be the cheapest one right now or not. So that being said, that's all I've got. I appreciate you guys watching. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, folks, keep prepping and take care. And I'll catch you later.